Hi everyone and welcome to Homerino Collectibles, where today we're going to be taking a look at the Transformers Generations Voyager class, Titans Return, Nucleon and Galvatron. And if you want to get your own Titans Returns figures, you can go ahead and pick them up at Big Bad Toy Store. There is a link in the description below. Just to let you know, I already have Astro Train, and I have some more Combiner Wars stuff that I need to get reviewed, and also some other third-party stuff that I still haven't got round to yet. So if you're into Transformers, I got a lot of the stuff, and it was my kind of main collection before I started collecting anything. So I've got a lot of older Transformers stuff anyway. So if you're into Transformers, go ahead and get subscribed to the channel. So let's take a look at the back of this box right here. You can see some of the modes that you can get Galvatron into. It is a triple changer. And as we all know, the Titan Masters, the heads of all these robots, can actually be interchanged throughout all the different classes. You've got Deluxe, Voyager, and Leader class right there. So let's go ahead and get this thing open and take a closer look. And here's Galvatron out of the packaging and in the least desirable mode. This is him in his jet mode. Now, just before we carry on, he does actually come with a little collector card right here, which has some tech specs on it right there. And it shows you how much more powered up he gets with Nucleon. Now, this mode, just like a lot of triple changes, is the kind of meh kind of mode. It's the mode that you don't really care about. But I think it's a decent Cybertronian jet. It is kind of gappy, as you can see. There's no real kind of thruster area. There's no real kind of landing gear or anything. With the gun down here, it's going to sit like this. Without the gun, it's going to sit kind of like this. It doesn't really sit all too well, no matter how you put it. If you want to see it without the huge gun in there, there it is. It's more of like a kind of a little streamlined fighter. It really does remind me of Star Fox. I think it looks pretty cool. I'm not really a massive fan of this big black thing right here. I think the fin that's underneath there looks pretty cool, and then it's just ruined by this big thing here. But honestly, like, I think it's okay. It's not what you're going to be buying it for, though, so I'm not going to focus too much on it. So if we go ahead and open up this cockpit here, you can see that the Titan Master is sitting inside, and if you wanted to, you could have it have its own little kind of platform. I was trying to make him sit down, but he actually kind of stands up in there much better. You can put him in a couple of different places, but at the end of the day, you got like your own little cannon thing, and there he goes. It's its own standalone little thing. It's a nice little feature, but who cares about it too much, really? So let's go ahead and get this thing turned into the actual vehicle mode that people care about, the gun mode, basically, the stationary gun thing. So what we're going to go ahead and do is take this piece and rotate it all the way down and bring the black piece down. We'll worry about that in a second. And then one of the things that I don't like about this jet mode is these legs are just really loosely tabbed in, really. They pretty much don't tab in at all up here. But what we're going to do is going to bring them down, and we're going to clip them together. We're going to keep them pushed up and collapsed in for this. And they kind of loosely tab together. It's not really anything fantastic. That's something I really don't like all that much about this set. You know, all the tabs and everything, they're not super duper fantastic or anything like that. And so next up, these side pieces, you're going to rotate those down like so, and then this comes down and these come out like that. We take this thing right here, and what we're going to do is rotate this forwards, move this, and it's going to plug into there just like so. Then you bring these pieces in, and then there you have Galvatron as his cannon. If you want to, you can go ahead and bring this piece up, and you can have your Titan Master sit here if you want, or stand on the top resting against that up there. But honestly, this mode does look pretty good. It is very much let down, however, by the fact that, you know, this back section doesn't really tab very well. But other than that, I actually think that this thing is really, really nice. I've always found this mode just kind of weird. Like, I never really liked Megatron as a pistol. I really do like him as a tank. I think that this is much better, but it's kind of still strange to me because it's like a mixture between like a tank and an artillery kind of gun or whatever. But overall, I really do like this mode. It's something that no matter how you design it, as long as it's got a grey bit back here, a purple body and some purple legs and a big orange gun, it's going to look the way that it's supposed to look. And it does. It looks very G1-esque, and I really, really do like the thing. And so let's go ahead and transform this thing into its robot mode, which is definitely its best mode in my opinion, although it's not without its faults at all. So we're going to go ahead and just rotate these pieces up for now to get them out of the way. Bring the legs down and they will clip right there. These feet come down and these come in to cover up the back of the legs there, which is nice. I always like it when those get filled up. This is going to rotate down, and then you're going to rotate the waist around so that goes onto the back of the figure, and then this can just sit down there and cover it. And then what we're going to do is rotate the arms down. These are going to go onto the back. Flick the fists out right here. Put the shoulders down. Then we're going to go ahead and take the gun and extend it back out like so. And then that can clip onto his arm. And then all we do is take Nucleon, put the arms down, flip the legs up, and what was a Megatron looking little dude now looks like a kind of very Megatron-esque kind of head. We're going to go ahead and plug that in right there. It's going to clip in. And there is one more step, and all you have to do is just open up the chest piece right here, and out pops the headpiece, and now he is fully converted into Galvatron. And so here we have Galvatron. As a kid's toy, it's great. As just a centerpiece on a display or something, it's pretty great. But as a collector looking at it, there are a few things that I would change. One thing, for start, is just this headpiece. As you can see, you've got all the head right here, and then you just got the headpiece right there. If you turn the head, it's not connected, so obviously it doesn't line up. There are mods that people have done whereby all they've done is just taken this headpiece off and actually glued it to the Titan Master, which means you can't really use the Titan Master as good as you could before. You can't get him sitting in things and stuff like that, because obviously you got that thing stuck to its back. However, as the head, it'll fit much, much better into place. I mean, it lines up and everything as it is, as you can see. However, as soon as you start turning that head, it's not going to line up all that much. But by gluing it to it, it's going to stay on it perfectly, and it's going to look good no matter where you turn that head. So if you wish, you can obviously just leave that headpiece down, and then you can still see the head perfectly. It still looks good. You can utilize the articulation. It's not going to look bad, but it doesn't really look like Galvatron. I mean, if you really wanted to, he's got the kind of crown molded in. You could go ahead and just paint this head purple if you really wanted to. Just paint that bit purple, and that would look pretty good. Also, this gun right here sits on the front of his arm, so although you can raise it and fire, most people would want the wrist turned this way. As you can see, the wrist is not able to turn, and so it's upwards, and the gun is not on the outside of the arm, so it just covers his arm and stuff. And there are third-party things that you can buy that plug into here, and then they have a little clip, and then there's a hole here so that you can put the gun on the outside of the arm, which I think would definitely look a whole lot better. As for the articulation, the head's on a ball joint, but it mostly just looks left and right. The shoulders can come out to the side and rotate all the way around. You got rotation in the upper part of the arms, double jointed elbows, and then you have just this single hinge at the wrist, which is ratcheted. You got the rotation at the waist. The hips can come out to the side, go forward and back. You have the rotation there at the knee, and also a rotation right there at the upper part of the thigh, and then the feet move up and down, and you have a bit of ankle pivot as well. So overall, he looks really good. The articulation is pretty decent. The accessory is nice, the gun. It's unfortunate that you can't really utilize it to its maximum potential, because you can't really get him in an amazing pose because of the hole being on the front of the arm right there. But overall, it is pretty damn nice, and I really, really do like the translucent orange and everything that they have used, so I definitely do recommend this figure if you're into Galvatron. But if you have maybe the Universe Classics Galvatron, I know it's a little smaller than this and everything, but if you can deal with that, it probably is a better figure. I don't really know, I don't have it, but yeah, if you don't have a Galvatron, I would definitely go ahead and pick this guy up. So thanks for watching, guys. If you enjoyed the video, go ahead and give it a like, and if you want to see anything else from my collection, check out my Instagram. It's Homerino123. and the link is in the description below. And for more Transformers reviews, go ahead and subscribe. So thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you next time.